반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
When Eunchong told Guhana what he had overheard, it was enough to trigger a wave of suspicion. Guhana knew of the tragic hit and run that had taken the life of her friend Lee Duna, and now the word hit and run from Choi Myung-ji had set off alarm bells. She still hesitated to believe the worst about Choi Myung-ji, but the coincidence was too much to ignore. Eunchong, recalling the police officer's advice, urged Guhana to reach out to the authorities. With a heavy heart, she contacted the detective connected to Eunchong. "Hello, detective. I am Guhana, Eunchong's guardian," she began. Her voice quivered slightly as she shared her suspicions. Guhana explained that Eunchong had overheard Choi Myung-ji talking to someone named Detective Joe on the phone, mentioning the word hit and run. The police officer on the other end reacted swiftly, noting the importance of this lead and asking for more details. Guhana, trying to remain calm, shared everything she knew, including the information about money being exchanged and Choi Myung-ji's reluctance to pay more. The police, now convinced of the significance of this information, assured her that they would investigate immediately. Within days, the authorities moved quickly. They applied for a warrant to access Choi Myung-ji's call records and began analyzing patterns in her communications with Detective Joe. Using GPS data, they tracked her movements, discovering multiple meetings at a small cafe. This was where Choi Myung-ji and Detective Joe were meeting to discuss matters related to the hit and run. The police began surveillance, watching the cafe carefully for days. They waited, knowing the confrontation they were looking for would eventually happen. When they finally captured Choi Myung-ji and Detective Joe meeting there, they used special equipment to record their conversation. The recorded dialogue exposed Choi Myung-ji's attempts to cover up her involvement in a past hit and run accident, and it was clear that she had been involved in more than just preventing Eunchong's adoption. With this evidence, the police took immediate action. They closed in on Choi Myung-ji, who, realizing the gravity of the situation, tried to flee. However, the detectives quickly surrounded her, cutting off any chance of escape. Choi Myung-ji's denial were futile. The evidence was irrefutable. In the end, both Choi Myung-ji and her daughter Yoon Se-young were arrested and sentenced to life imprisonment. The long-hidden truth was finally uncovered and justice prevailed. Guhana, who had been holding her breath throughout the investigation, finally received a call from the police. She exhaled a sigh of relief, feeling the weight of the truth finally lifting. Tears fell from her eyes as she realized the extent of the conspiracy that had been uncovered. Knowing that the life of Eunchong and many others would now be free from Choi Myung-ji's malicious grip.
'Cause you are beautiful.